Just the back and forth momentum flop, but there's a big rock. Here comes Romero, but a pull counter.
There we go. We have a champion, ladies and gentlemen.
At UFC 154, GSP successfully defended the welterweight title against Carlos Condit, won by scores of 50-45 on 2 judges' scorecards and 49-46 on Sal D'Amato's scorecard. Overall, it was a pretty crazy, incredible fight. I believe it was fight of the night. It was one of the most, it's one of those exciting decision wins that you saw, and the gentlemen, they just went to war. They were tired heading into round 5, but still throwing with so much intensity. GSP did a lot of good work in the guard of Carlos Condit early in the fight. It wasn't until much later that Carlos really started to land some vicious elbows off of his back, but he was getting bloodied up in round 1. The control work from GSP, one of the best mixed martial artists of all time, was something to behold. Stiff jab was working. It was cracking and bloodying. It was bloodying Carlos Condit. And I honestly thought, if I didn't know the outcome of the fight and I were to be watching it when nobody told me, you would think that the fight was probably going to end in round 3. But something incredible happens in round 3 for Carlos Condit. And what happens is they get into some crazy good exchanges in round 3, right? After getting grounded and controlled, getting pounded on at the end of round 2. GSP feeling pretty confident about himself, and Carlos Condit, his corner, is telling him to have some urgency if he gets taken down. Carlos Condit, heading into round 3, knocks down GSP with a head kick. Beautiful fadeaway. GSP goes and bounces back, and the lead head kick lands and nearly finishes GSP. GSP is able to recover, but it was close. It was close. The only time that GSP had lost was against Matt Serra at the time, and Matt Hughes. Matt Serra was his most recent loss. So we're going to go and play a timeline. Let's see if we can get a victory over Georges St-Pierre using Carlos Condit on UFC 5. So a fight in which the scorecards say 49-46 and a couple 50-45s there for GSP. But I was watching this fight back. I am in the blue corner with Carlos Condit, who has level 5 kickboxing combinations, by the way. But he gave GSP one of the biggest scares of his career outside of, actually losing to Matt Serra and then getting that fight back in blood. Carlos Condit nailed him with a clean head kick and knocked him down. The only judge to give him that round off of that knockdown was Sal D'Amato, and it was a 10-9 round for Condit off of the damage alone. But, the issues that have plagued Condit throughout his career is his takedown defense. His takedown defense wasn't really a thing. He was very comfortable to work off his back. But watching the fight back, Condit did a lot of good work. Good work from the bottom position, was working really well. But the big thing with GSP is that he's such an incredible neutralizer. So for the what ifs, we're working with, let's see if we can get a W over GSP in this timeline. I think that the thing is, too, with GSP, is his timing was really good. Like, when you actually watch when he times the takedown against Carlos Condit, he times it around the 3-minute mark. And Condit, he immediately pulls guard right away. So he's GSP's attacking him, he's trying to loosen the guard up with a can opener. But the pace was pretty active, and Condit is just staying on his back. He's trying to look for submission, doesn't happen. And GSP was doing a lot of control early in the rounds when he was in the full guard. Kind of like when you're camping in UFC 5, you're camping in somebody's guard because you got to get that control time going on. So it's a really important thing to consider. In round 2, also Condit came into the fight. Oh, there's a takedown. Fucking hell. Ay. Round 2, Condit's getting outstruck a bit. He pops up a little bit too late in the round. See if we can try to work for an escape. But it was just, all right, we're in full guard. But the stiff jabs of GSP, it was just it's one of those fights where, if you really dislike GSP, you look for every reason for what, oh man, Condit was doing all this stuff. This is what I scored it. But GSP did what GSP does best. But hey, now we got him in the rubber guard. And look to land some elbows off of our back here to get a good amount of damage. Deny that transition. Let's go for the armbar, which is going to help us open up our striking tremendously. All right, let's go straight for it. Got it. Surprised he didn't even try to deny it. All right, unable to deny that transition. A key thing, too, we have heel hooks in this position. Get the drain. Let's see if he races. Does not race. Oh, bro. I think he just didn't see the animation. Bro, if we submit GSP, no, that's not going to happen. A little too low on the stamp. Okay, he denied the rear naked choke transition. Why the hell did you not deny that? Deny the first sub. All right. So in this timeline, we get Condit outworking GSP off of his back, and we managed to get real close to 2 submissions. We attack the legs of GSP, so we do some damage there. It's going to reduce his power, and we've also effectively attacked his block by going for the arm bar. So we're doing a good job now rewriting history. Yeah, and also at the end of round 3, GSP had a nasty hematoma. Nasty hematoma. That head kick was a son of a bitch, and that ground and pound too. There we go. Front kick lands. We can start to use some of our more linear strikes. And the beautiful thing is, because we got that leg damage going on, we're going to have a slight GA advantage for ourselves. Pop it with the 1-2 again. There we go. We're letting Condit flow with his combinations. See if we can try to hit a takedown counter too if he tries to take us down. Because around 4, I think it was 1:20 when I was watching the bout, where Condit actually reversed the takedown of GSP and got on top for a quick moment. Now GSP scrambled, wrestled essentially and got back up. But I thought it was interesting that Condit was able to reverse a takedown from Georges St-Pierre, but he couldn't defend his takedowns initially. All right. Not a 5-rounder, but I'm going to pretend like it is. Pretend like the belt's on the line. Slip straights landing for GSP. We're going to land a counter hook. Counter leg kick. Little oblique action. Another one. Doing a really good job working on the outside with Condit. Ooh, wait. I'm surprised. Yeah. And this is a good thing, too. Like, when you get a submission and you lock... Oh, God. You should have shot. If you get a submission and you get their bar to a specific threshold, it's going to make your... Oh, my gosh. It's going to make opponents looking to grapple you be very, very cautious when they go back to the ground because they're already compromised. Oh, nice forward slip into the cross. Still got to be careful. Ooh. Makes me think about GSP's first bout with BJ Penn. I should probably do a what if BJ Penn beat GSP. I think that would be a pretty cool thing. Just have to hope somebody else is using GSP. Go. Try to land a head kick. GSP lands a nice clean body kick. Nice. Okay, so he's seen I'm throwing a lot of linear strikes. Try to use the check hook. Tries to go for the switch kick. Oh, we rocked him. See if we can land a head kick. There we go. Can we get him out? Let's go for the elbow. Yes. At the end of round 5, when GSP fought Condit, he landed a nice elbow. So, hey, we got it back for Carlos Condit. All right. Revenge is secured. I will say, yeah, the likelihood of Carlos Condit winning in any other timeline is very, very slim. With especially with where his skill was at in comparison to GSP. Like, there's other fights, like, I think about the what ifs. I'm like, it was definitely plausible. But it's a huge uphill battle, especially due to the grappling deficiency for Carlos Condit. But he held his own in that fight. If you guys haven't watched that fight, that was a fight of the night contender. But we're going to cut it right there. I think next we're going to do what if Zabit Magomedov didn't retire. That one's going to be a long one. Romero 17, I appreciate all of you. Much love. Take care. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And we'll have more action later on throughout the week. Enjoy.